everyone, Libby here. I'm going to try filming my Q&A in the middle of the day. I think everyone's occupied at the moment, so we'll see how it goes. Hope the fans, it's not even facing me. It's blowing on rosy at the moment. But anyway, let's get on with this because I've got to get packing for our cruise, which leaves tomorrow. So, question from Tracy Lee. Have you ever thought about doing a meet and greet, coffee catch up? I haven't really. I have met people before if I'm going places. I've met a few up in Queensland. I've met a few viewers actually around all over Australia. I've met quite a few people now through either my blog or through YouTube. I'm going meeting Debbie when I go to Auckland. So if people are in the area, I'm happy to meet up with them, but I haven't done I don't know I'd have that many people locally to do a meet and greet. But if you're in the area and you want to catch up, let me know. I am happy to do that. It's nice to meet people that either watch my channel or that I've got to know online. Question 2 from Tracy Lee is, have you ever been to Sussex Inlet? They sell the best custard tarts at the bakery. I'm sure I have as a kid, but we used to sail a lot, and I think we might have sailed down there, but I haven't been, certainly as an adult, so I haven't been like 25 years or something. Question 3, with your fibro, do you ever get finger and toe joint pain like arthritis? Yeah, I always thought the pain was in my joints, or it kind of is I guess, but it's not a real pain, makes sense. And for a long time I was diagnosed with non-specific arthritis, arthralgia, which is a non-specific arthritis. Yeah, so that was it. My hands felt stiff and sore, and yeah, so I did get that sort of part of it, and part burning, but there is no joint damage, which I guess is good. Mary Jean says, 3 questions for my parents. Well, actually, I didn't actually get Mum and Dad to be in the video, but I can probably answer the questions for you. When did Mum and Dad decide to come to Australia? They actually came as children with their own family. So my dad was 7 and my mum was 5. And they met in Australia through both being from Scotland, and their parents were members of the Scottish Association, and my dad was kind of made to take my mum on a date or to some dance or something, so that's how they met here. Just after the war, my dad was born during the war, my mum shortly after the war. Times were very tough in Scotland at that time apparently, so both families thought they would have a better life for their kids over here, and I think they had to get sponsored to come at that stage, so they had family who were able to sponsor them. My mum's side of the family, when they came, they had a job. When they got here, the job had fallen through because it took like 5 weeks on the boat, I think, to come over from Scotland at that stage. And they ended up getting another job out at Gunnedah, so they ended up like in the middle of nowhere. So, and they were there for quite a number of years actually before moving back to Sydney. Yeah, they've been here for most of their lives. Mum's only been back to Scotland once and Dad has been twice. So I've actually been to Scotland more times than my parents. Question for you, where do Rosie and Bailey go at cruise time? We're actually going right next door. I was staying at Nan and Pop's next door, my mum and Dad's, and we have a very close family friend named Jenny. You probably heard me talk about it in the vlogs recently. She's going to come, and her husband, either one of them will stay there or they'll both stay there, look after the dogs. I'll make sure they're fed and they'll get 2 walks a day. And yeah, they'll be in and out the house and their own home as well. But they quite like it. It's a bit of a holiday for them. They may bring their dog Cara some of the time, but probably not all the time. So they'll be very well looked after. Tara asks, love to know my favourite YouTube channels. And I actually meant to be prepared before doing this, and I'm not. It's changed a lot at the moment. I've been watching a lot of Vlogmas videos, so I'm just trying to think who are my go-to videos, because at the moment I'm only watching very select. I'll link them below. I'm watching Charlie Marie. I love her vlogs. She does vlog throughout the year as well, but does weekly vlogs normally. She's a really great channel. And I'm also watching Rachel J. I'm watching 2 Rachels. So Rachel Jade, another Australian YouTuber. She does beauty stuff, but I'm watching her vlog channel, her Vlogmas videos. And another Rachel, can't quite get her last name at the minute. Watching her vlogs, and then I'm watching V Squared, which is a gay couple that live in New York State. Who else do I watch regularly, like one of my must watches? I watch a fitness guy, Riley DeVoe, really like his channel. I don't know, my attraction to watching people is very varied. Some people I just think, yeah, I really enjoy watching their stuff. So even though they can be a very different stage of life, there's just something about them that I connect with. And actually Riley's very first video I watched of his was on his opinion on women lifting weights in the gym. He'd overheard someone saying women shouldn't lift heavy weights. That was the very first video of his I ever watched, and I just really enjoy his style of videoing. I'm not watching my normal favourites. So normally I would have said it's the Connie Jollies, but I haven't been watching them lately. My styles, who I'm watching has changed a bit. Right, I'm going to just leave it as that for the moment. If I think of anyone else, I will link. There are lots, and I should one day do a video, and I think I've been promising that for a while too, of my favourite YouTube channels, but it has changed a lot in the last couple of months. Nicole asks, what are some snacks you have as a quick go-to in your handbag and to eat in the car? That's an easy one. I have Kind bars, I love the caramel and sea salt ones, and Luna bars. So the Luna bars are actually vegan, and the peppermint, they're called peppermint or something like that, they are my favourite. So they're the ones that I throw in my handbag. Sometimes I'll take some nuts and things like that, but it's usually the bars that I just have in there. What are the main things you'll be eating for breakfast on this plant-based diet? So usually breakfast will be mainly overnight oats. I have that a lot, or a green smoothie. Lately it's been the pumpkin hummus and tomato on toast. Yeah, I think that's it pretty much for breakfast what I have. I can't think of anything else. Snacks. So usually for snacks, I've been finding, especially if I have the rolled oats, I often don't need a snack until lunchtime. So I think about having, sometimes I might have either some corn thins with a little bit of hummus on them, or a little bit dip and some Mary's Gone crackers if I have a mid-morning snack. And then afternoon I've been trying to have maybe just some fruit, particularly this time of year, the fruit's so good. Or I'll revert to the dip and crackers if I need something more substantial. But I definitely find I'm not needing as much snacks now. Like I was a real big snacker, and I just sometimes have the one snack, or one or two snacks. I tend to have an afternoon snack, sometimes a morning snack, and I'm not really snacking at all after dinner. Popcorn's another thing I like to have sometimes. If I sort of really want to have a little munch, I'll do some popcorn. Okay, so Joy says, I noticed you get up so early, why? And I think I've just always been a morning person. How about goes, I can remember I've gotten up early and kind of like it. So yeah, that's just me. Early to bed, early to rise, yeah. No particular reason, but it kind of suits me. I quite like getting up in the dark, and when I was fitter, before I had fibro, I used to go for walks, a lot of sunrise walks, and do my exercise first thing, which I really kind of miss that I still can't do much of that. Nowadays it's just, I take the time to watch YouTube, but I've always been up early. Always, as far as I can remember. Okay, Beck Marsh says, have I ever worked outside the home? Yes, yeah, I did. I used to, I was what did I start off doing? I can't quite remember. Like a general office person, I guess. Then I used to design kitchens for a number of years, and doing office administration, office manager. But yeah, since having kids, I haven't really worked outside the home. I stopped work when I was about 9 months old. I broke my ankle and I couldn't get to work. It was upstairs. Now I just do some account work for Kevin from time to time. Implausible Ending says, if I was sent to a desert island and could bring 10 foods, what 10 foods would you bring? Water is provided. These ones make you think too hard. You don't just know the answer. Corn cob. I assume I can cook. Potatoes, sweet chili sauce, almond milk or soy milk, probably some bread or flour to make bread. I'm not eating eggs at the moment, but I'd possibly take some eggs because they're quite a complete food. I think quinoa would be a good one to take because it's a good protein. Rice. What's going to be lucky last? Tea! Can't forget tea. Tea bags or loose leaf tea. What is my Desert Island music album and book? I was going to a desert island. I've got some like Caribbean style music. Like on the cruise, actually the Explorer's got the steel drum band, the Caribbean band, which is great, and I've got like these CDs, so that's what I want to match the, I'm assuming desert island like a Caribbean desert island with palm trees and stuff. And a book. I'd probably Outlander, like if I could only read one book over and over again, it'd probably be Outlander, or in Australia it's called Cross Stitch by Diana Gabaldon. Kate says, do you still love me? Yes, I do, Kate. Still love you, definitely. Have I ever owned any types of animals other than birds, dogs, or chickens? We did have goldfish, and we've had tropical fish at stages. We had guinea pigs. We had 3 guinea pigs for a long time. Actually, yeah, I don't think I was... Have there ever been any videos? Not sure. They're my vlog though. My blog they would have been. Yeah, cute little guinea pigs. They were nice. I like them. Except the fact that I ended up doing all the work for them, we probably would have continued to have them because they were gorgeous little animals, and I missed them for a long time after the last one died. Rachel Jones says, what bad habits do you want to break? Good ones do you want to start? I think I've done really good progress actually breaking a lot of my bad habits, which was pretty much continuous snacking and snacking on the wrong foods. I've kind of broken most of those. And I've got back into my exercise, which is a good habit I'd like to start. I guess just continue to work on those would be the main things. I used to be a lot more organised than I am now, so I would like to get back into being more organised and good habits, back in the habit of more of a daily clean and tidy. Again, you'll see I try and I succeed for a little while, and then it sort of falls off the wagon again depending on my health. So they're the main ones, just really continue what I already started in the last year. What am I most grateful for? Can I say my dogs? I just love them so much, and they just, particularly when I've been sick, they've just given me companionship, love, company. I can talk to them and they don't care. I'm also very grateful for YouTube and obviously for Kevin. I guess I'm pretty grateful for my life in general, really. I mean, I can say my family, that encompasses everyone, doesn't it? Encompasses Kevin, the kids, the dogs, parents. I'm a lucky person, I know that. Enchanted Jess says, what's motivated me to start being a vegetarian? Actually, I think I might have talked about this when I did a becoming a vegetarian video a while back. I always said for years I didn't like the way animals were treated for food, and if I had a personal chef I'd become a vegetarian. I just thought it's just too hard, that I couldn't do it without the rest of the family being on board, and I wasn't prepared to cook 2 different meals. Well, this is going back now 11 years. I hated seeing like trucks full of like cows or pigs going off to slaughter, and I just always said I would do it. And then I think I just said enough times, Kevin just one day turned to me and said, well look, I'll eat that way at home. And I said, okay. I'm sure he regrets it to this day. But that was it. And when I started out I thought, we'll give it a go. I don't know how long it will last, but since then I've never knowingly eaten meat. I've never chosen to eat any meat. Yeah, but it was mainly the ethical or unethical treatment of animals that I was, didn't want to contribute to the death and cruelty. Karen Mafina says, love your videos and feels she can relate to me, which is very nice, thank you. Question is, how long was I suffering from chronic pain before I got diagnosed with fibromyalgia? Well, a long time. I think it goes back to before 2004. I'm not sure how long before that, but it definitely goes back as far as 2004? 2005. So probably about 10 years. I think my doctor's got records, his records indicate 10 years, but it was definitely 10 years because we did a New Zealand cruise and I was certainly having hands and feet issues there because it was summer. They were bad. As we went further south and the weather cooled down, my hands and feet were really good, and as we come back up the coast again, I started to have issues with them. So that would have been 2005. So, and it could even go back a bit before then. So it wasn't perhaps chronic then because it was only in the summer, and in the winter it would go away for months and then it'd come back in the summer again. So really the chronic continual day after day pain really started at the beginning of last year. So I had a year of probably a couple of years before that where I would have had some, because often I just don't notice it. Like now if I sit and think, my hands and feet hurt, but if I'm distracted or not consciously thinking of it, I don't always notice it. But yeah, so probably a couple of years of chronic pain, like all the time. Before that was only in the summer. Okay, I think I've got one last question from, two. So Lisa Foster says, I love Rosie and Bailey. Her vegetarian recommends a grain-free diet and see many products advertised as grain-free dog food. Why do your dogs eat mainly pasta? Is there a health benefit I don't know about? I don't know. I feed my dogs a vegetarian/vegan diet, but mainly vegetarian diet. We don't buy any meat for them at all. the two goals we had before this, they had half their life of eating meat and half their life of being vegetarian. Just again, with not me eating meat, I didn't feel I could buy meat for the dogs either. And they, yeah, the pasta, we did a whole meal pasta for them. Just seems to fill them up. They enjoy it. Sometimes we give them rice, or we'll give them other stuff, a bit of bread sometimes, vegetables. So they do have a mixture of stuff, and then they have supplemented with a vegan dog food that they supplemented with. So it's got obviously vitamins and minerals and stuff that they would need in there. I don't know about a health benefit for the pasta. That's just sort of what we've evolved into. It's just become what we feed them most of the time. And yeah, they're vegetarian. They're veterinarian. Their vet is happy with their diet. They're healthy. So, and like Rosie's going to be 10 next year. And she has had meat. They have had leftovers. Sometimes they have, if Karen's got a bit of meat, or meat's sort of not really fit for human consumption, the dogs will have it. But I don't buy meat for them, and they don't have very much of it. So they're mainly vegetarian. And yeah, they're really healthy. As I said, Rosie's had no health problems as such, and she's nearly 10. So, and my other dogs lived to 14. He was only 15 actually, my first Goldie, and the other one was 13. So they've lived good lives on a mostly vegetarian diet. So, and Super Zambuka says, how long have I lived in the area we are now? We've been in this house for 10 years. So, but we've been in the Wollongong area we moved here in 1988. Just when I finished high school, we moved down to Wollongong from Sydney, or from the outer suburbs of Sydney. So, I'm 44, take away 17. I don't know, a long time. So yeah, we moved here. My dad always worked in Wollongong. He had his own business in Wollongong, and he used to travel down each day to and from. Kevin and I were going to be going to Wollongong University and travelling down to and from uni. So Mum decided, well, 3 of us are going to Wollongong every day, or most days of the week. Maybe she would be brave and leave her parents and move down to Wollongong. So we did that, and then her parents decided they'd move to Wollongong too. So they all moved, and yeah, I wish we'd done it years ago. I love Wollongong. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.